All right, well, I think it's time to get into our announcement. No?
Announcements! Oh, wait a minute. I got more appreciation to give.
Oh, God.
Now, I don't know. Maybe
More
I want
appreciation.
No. I think maybe I want to appreciate us first. Pause.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Does that even go together? Can the same
Thank
person
you,
say
you're
that?
welcome. Yeah,
sure.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
See, make it awkward because now I don't really know how to appreciate you.
Okay. My bad.
Like how?
Okay, so I don't thank you, and you're not welcome.
No, come on. Come on. Be mushy with me, guys.
I don't even know you're talking
mushy
about.
with you. What are
I'm
you
talking about our brotherhood. We did it.
We did it.
Hold on,
We did it.
We are the champions. We are. Play the goddamn music,
y'all,
Joe.
This is
y'all
how people
singing,
play on your downfall.
We're gonna get sued. This is horrible.
Oh, my. No.
Hey.
Are we gonna get sued? No.
Hey. I run this shit. Goddamn it. Hold up.
Yeah, okay.
I run this shit.
Yeah.
Mike check, Mike.
Ian, get a hold of your client, please.
30 seconds, Joe. No more.
I told you niggas it's gonna be some gunshots. Hold up, goddamn it!
How we roll up and I can't control it, can't hold it, it's so new.
Oh man, I missed that guy.
He's canceled.
Yeah. He was a good guy, too, at one point.
Good guy. Great guy.
That guy is great. That guy is great. Listen, no. All right, you know I'm not starting with y'all. I'll start with Complex.
Wait, that's where we start on memory lane?
Yuck.
Okay, and that's that for Complex. All right. Thank you. You're welcome. Moving right along down memory lane. That was Complex on the left, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a punch. It's fine.
I was going to say.
It's fine.
We weren't hiding this.
We don't have to masquerade these things. All right, so no, we won't start. We won't start with Complex. Let me just start by saying I do have a major announcement coming at the tail of this. So if you're wondering why I'm getting into my Madonna speech bag,
She got you some dreadlocks.
that outfit she strutted out there in.
That was a strut, too.
And she got that shit made at like the beginning of Brooklyn. Like they don't really make the dope bead African stuff.
Yeah.
Like you got to know where to go.
She got the Williamsburg dreads.
Yeah, definitely. That was a little wild. But I won't start with Complex, even though they played a really important part in all of this. I'll start with Marty the Body. I'll start with Marty the Body on this trip down memory lane. And I want to shout out to Marty. Marty's great.
Of course.
Right?
Love you, Marty.
And I want to start with her exit. Boy, that was a rough time here. That was a rough time for this podcast. Rory was calling me excessively.
Was worried.
But when Marty left, because I won't spend too much time on the particulars, but when she left, that was a really big crossroads for this podcast.
Yeah.
We were married to the prospect of that we needed a girl.
Well, I'll tell you why I was blowing your phone up so much. Because that was at the heels of
You were calling me a bad friend.
the... Oh, no, yeah. Well, yeah. I still thought that was handled badly, but that's neither here nor there. It was a long time ago.
It's here and there.
That was at the...
It's both here and there. It's here and there.
it's everywhere. But continue.
That was also at the heels of the Drake thing, and I thought maybe we was the Drake cast now, and it was just a weird time for our podcast. So I was blowing your phone up like we had a crossroads now of what the fuck are we gonna do?
That's another reason, part of why this is like sentimental to me. Most of my friends have been there to either, not even either. Most of my friends have been there to see all of the bad shit.
Yeah.
Like all of my friends have been there when like it was cycle time. It was like psycho time.
Yeah.
Some shit we can
Yeah.
to talk about
for
on
niggas,
this podcast.
Yeah, at all. So for niggas to still be around like when it's glorious, oh man. I mean, and me too. I'm saying me. Like I never want to go back to writing Only Human. Yeah, niggas had to
Singing
perform.
Ganja Burn is way more fun.
Oh yeah, come on, yeah, ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn. Yeah, no, I'm never going back. Niggas do Only Human on
you
our.
worked on that note.
Yeah, you practiced.
That last
It's cool,
count.
though.
Yeah, you worked on that.
You killed it.
That was better than last week.
was
But
worth
go
it.
on, go on.
I have a voice. Y'all just haters.
should rap.
And have always been haters. I would never.
You should think about rapping.
Never rap.
I would never, ever
Well, yeah.
rap.
Anyway, so we were at that crossroads. Maul, you were just coming. You had been living in L.A., right?
I was back and forth. Yeah.
But you were
Back and
more in New
forth.
York at this time.
Yeah.
And there was some reason, there was some story
I
that you
ain't
wanted
seen
Maul
Maul
to
in
tell.
17 years.
Nah, Maul was in Detroit too for a little bit.
Maul
right?
was everywhere.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Shout out to
With
Detroit.
Brandon.
We brought him
Yeah.
in like they do on Pose. You joined our house.
We got to watch it so we
Yeah, I don't know
can get
if
in
that-
there with
yeah.
Joe when we get into the.
You gonna be mad at that one
Mosquito. It was fun.
when you see the show. But anyway, now me and Rory thought that we needed a girl.
Yeah, that was our thought.
So let's because we
Because
got a
we
lot
were
to
too,
cover.
at that time, not now, we're very progressive. We were a bit misogynistic, so we needed that balance.
We were.
We needed that balance with our podcast to fill that void that Marty had.
Somehow Maul came and provided some of that. I'm still confused by it.
You're welcome.
More misogyny.
No, because Maul don't. What does Maul come here? He don't really say nothing. I'm still trying to figure out why people really like him.
You're welcome.
Maul is funny.
Maul's great.
Maul's funny when
He has
he's
good
in there.
timing.
I'm
He has a
full
good
of love.
point of view.
I got to tell you, the love in this room is amazing tonight. I gotta tell you that.
Your T-shirt says "Stay out of Uptown."
Yeah,
Thank
nigga.
you.
I love that
Yeah.
shirt.
Yes. It's dangerous.
Yo, Maul.
You stay in wherever you live at, where it's deer.
Maul, you're a street. You're a street hipster.
No, I'm not.
I told your mans to please make more burrows with those shirts because I love those shirts.
Yeah, it's
I
dope.
actually, but you damn.
We're
you don't
so
watch
off
that.
the. Let's get
We're
back
supposed to be going down memory lane. Listen, we thought we needed a girl. Maul came. We didn't need a girl anymore. Maul
Well,
fit
that's
our
funny
girl
because y'all keep
mold.
telling me I need a girl, but anyway.
Maul fit our perfect girl role.
Pause.
No,
When else-
He came 2 weeks in a row, and we had that conversation. I was like, nah, I think Maul fits really well. Maybe we should just be.
When else did we
the
fight?
boys club.
I want to get to the fights. I don't care about the camaraderie.
Who y'all got? Us or the Migos, real quick.
Us.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
As a trio,
Yeah.
I did like the Migos the other night at the VMAs.
Okay.
I like that little light blue blouse.
No, they dress better than us.
Yeah, that was
well.
nice.
At least me and you.
That was
maybe
nice.
not better than Maul.
That was
They
a
dress
nicer
better,
blouse. All right, y'all don't want to get into any of the bad
No,
shit.
you just keep.
All right, I don't give a fuck about y'all. I'll talk.
No, I was waiting for y'all to paint that gap.
I'll talk without y'all. Listen, it's real tough to do something for free for a long time. So when you do that, naturally there are obstacles and there are hurdles. I guess I'm in my creative bag right now. So I'll speak for me. Let me not try to include Rory and Maul. For me, right at the end of Rage in the Machine, when I was trying to figure out this content game and this streaming thing, and niggas was dropping 3 albums a year, and as a lyricist, you got to try to figure out how you're going to keep up, like if you're going to play the game, right? I was in that, and I was like, yes, I'm finally out of my deal. I'm finally at the end of my career where I can maybe get out of my publishing deal.
This was Rage or after All I've Lost?
After Rage.
Okay.
This was after Rage. I was completely out of my all deals. So you was with me a lot back then, and I was going around. You knew I had a plan. I was focused. I had a plan back then.
It was much different than after All I've Lost. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was sitting in diners with execs going, "Hey, we got nothing. Do y'all got something?"
It's a great place to sit down and have nothing, though, is the diner.
Oh, wait, you're right. I'm thinking about After All Love Lost, not
Yeah,
After
I don't
Rage.
think After Rage.
After All
Oh,
Love
'cause-
Lost, I was out of my E1 contract, and this was before Rage, so I said, you know what? I got some value to me. I'm going to run around, and I'm going to see what my value is at some of these new upstart labels that didn't exist back when I was originally shopping a deal. Like,
Yeah. Right.
everything was different. My publishing deal was different because they didn't respect the independent game back in 2001, 2002. Everything was different. It's a whole new game, whole new rules, whole new boundaries, everything, right? So I'm going around and I'm trying to see what my value is to bring a project somewhere. And the number I was being told, and I'm gonna talk numbers a little bit here on this rant. The number I was being told was I was worth $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's like been around for a little while, I couldn't figure out how they came up with that number.
Right.
So I thought it was just one place until I spoke to multiple places. they all are using the same system, whatever the system is, right? Because they all told me that my worth was about $250,000 as an independent.
Know your worth, King.
That wasn't sexy.
Well, after you made the "I Want to Kill Myself" album, yeah, it was around 250,000.
I wasn't being supported in that I Want to Kill Myself album.
At all. Yeah.
And that was a problem that I faced a lot in my career. Like and that's just some artist shit. You put an album out, you got to see how it does, and now you're faced with leveraging however that did, and they're not often are they going to really try to see that do what it could have done.
No. Right. No. When I brought your album cover in, they said, "You're trying to kill a baby on the album cover?" I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, it was art. It was art. Right? So when all these people told me 250,000 and that wasn't so sexy, and then we ended up over at Empire because Empire is sexier than all these niggas, and you actually get paid over there. 250 just wasn't. I was confused. I was sad. I was depressed. I was a whole lot of shit, and that's how you ended up hearing such a rejuvenated Joe on Rage and the Machine.
Yeah.
I was out to prove something on that project. Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
I think we were just on the...
retirement. 250,000 independents. 250,000 from independents. When you're faced with shit like that and you find out that, everybody's using some wild metric system that the artists are not even privy to, it's like, damn, really? I was fighting a good fight all of this time and y'all got some bullshit system. And I'm fighting the fight and the fight is over because now it's streaming. I got to go learn that. So I was trying to learn the streaming fight. So we put Rage and the Machine out, bong. We went on tour, the Chitlin Circuit. That was horrible. Boy, that was depressing too.
Yeah.
It's all part of it.
Yeah.
It's all part of the picture.
growth.
In hindsight.
Yeah.
In hindsight, we could look back and say that. But man, when you got to take these gigs
Mesa.
at these clubs,
Cleveland.
Mesa.
I'm just
Akron.
saying, for shorts, for this low, just this bullshit, it's not fun. It's not fun. I'm saying that to say it's just not very much fun. At that point, you're gonna try and figure out some other shit to get popping. Insert Complex for me, right?
But hold on, Joe. But it's important that you tell that part
Which part?
about the not so pretty shit, the not so glamorous shit, because people just see the end result. They don't see those moments and those days where it's like, you know what I mean? Like people think they could just do something and I'm lit. It's like, nah, you gotta go through a lot of bullshit to get to a certain point in your life and your career.
I'm shocked through all those times that Joe stayed consistent enough for us to do this podcast every week.
Right.
I'll be honest, when we started this podcast, when we got to week 25, that was a milestone for me. I was like, I can't believe Joe did 25 of these episodes consistently.
Well, this is therapy for Joe.
During that time, obviously.
It is. You've always been a talker.
Oh, the podcast you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
This is therapy for you. So you will invest in this because this is something that you control, something that you can say and be free on and create this platform. So, you investing in this, it wasn't a big shock to me. Like, you've been this person before this was even around.
A thing.
Yeah, you've been this person. So this is just, again, part of the plan. But go ahead.
What was I saying? Rewind a little bit.
About now you're going into Complex. Insert Complex.
Oh, man. And this is why I have Ian here today. I have Ian here today. You say some shit ahead of the curve sometimes and you just sound really, really, really nuts. Let me pick my words carefully here. Coming away from music, right? With that whole $250,000 shit. Even in my music career, it was never really about the money. I was never rich from music.
Right.
Like it was always enough to do another project. And sometimes as an artist, that's really all you're looking for. Enough for another shot. Right? So you can get it popping. So we go into Complex, and I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about them, but boy am I grateful for that entire experience. It taught me so much, gave me so much information that I would need to apply moving forward. But we get there, and I've been trying to get us a bag for this fucking podcast for years, man. Yo, let me just fucking keep it a bean, man.
Yeah, gotta grow it.
Yo, so many instances I haven't even told like y'all about where I was trying to get us our fucking just due. I don't want to hear Nicki talking that for the creators bullshit down the streets when I've been fighting this fucking good fight for this long. I don't want to hear that shit. It's like insulting almost. Like some niggas have really worn the stripes and the scars of fighting this here fight. I wear them shits proudly. Because the same shits that's getting us all these amazing accolades today is the same shit that made niggas try to get me the fuck out of here about 90 times. That's not lost on me. So when we get to Complex and this podcast is popping and I could feel it. You could feel it in the streets. That's the difference between science art niggas and art niggas. Art is a feeling. It's not science. Listen here, I can't dance for shit. One night I was talking to a woman that could dance and she was trying to teach me how to dance. And the first thing she said is, stop thinking. Don't think. Let your body do whatever the fuck it's feeling. And that is dancing. That's step one. Wow, it was genius. Kind of the same principles they tell you about when they tell you your dog can swim and the babies can swim. All of that shit, right? That lost my fucking point again. Where was I going?
You was at Complex, and you had a feeling that we was popping.
Oh, so I'm trying to get us a bag. I'm talking to Ian every day, hours and hours and hours. What do we do? How do we do it? Y'all know I obsess over this shit.
Right.
And granted, we had little bags here and there that weren't much.
Oh, that wasn't it. I wouldn't even use the terminology bag.
Yeah,
Those Ziplocs.
Yeah,
Those Ziplocs.
Yeah, it was like a bread bag. Like a bread bag.
But at the time,
In quarters.
when you have overhead and expenses of a studio and a camera guy and just commuting to the studio and all these other factors, sometimes you want to take them.
Yeah, agree.
But we felt like it affected our content and our listeners, and we felt that we were on this really great path, and that would just hinder it because we looked at the bigger picture. But boy, was that picture long.
It was a big picture. It was a big picture, and I'll be honest, it took me a while to really sit down and think about it and step back and say, I get it, I understand. So you got to take losses before you can count your wins. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like I said, people don't see the down times. All people see is the ups, and that's all they remember you for is the ups. You know what I'm saying? But you got to sit back and understand, which is why when, it was other podcasts that we were kind of going back and forth with and they were throwing shots. We took a lot of shots because of what we were not accepting and what we were walking away from and what we were like, nah, this is the goal. This is what we're trying to do. We knew.
Yeah, like y'all ain't got to understand what we doing.
Right, in-house, we knew what we were trying to do.
Y'all ain't got to know why we're not taking sponsors.
Right.
Why we're not taking that bum-ass, poor-ass ad.
Yeah.
Like, no, we ain't sacrificing the content to take the fucking $3,500 bag. No, we took that bag enough in rap.
Yeah.
You think we're about to leave rap and take it? Creators, a reoccurring theme throughout this rant for me is the art of not knowing. Like, is an art to not knowing. And if you embrace that shit, you'll get so much information. Number one. Number two, the art of saying no. Boy, is there art to it.
There's power in that.
Oh, my God. I'm telling y'all that leaving rap, I was depressed and suicidal and broke. And did not want to enter my 40s that way. At 36, I felt I was behind a little bit. Let me tell you how I feel like the universe speaks to me. Bong, we get to fucking Complex. The show is a hit. Fast. I look at Act. I say, you've never been in this position. But niggas can easily fuck up a hit. It happens all the time.
More times than it works.
It happens all the time.
Way more times than it works.
There's a lot of hits that y'all never heard.
Yeah.
Didn't get to y'all. Didn't make it that far. I told him that. A month in, the show is a huge fucking success. Stupid ass Ian and me. Just stuck in our own fucking ideas. I wanted to bring my entire operation to one place. That was my thinking.
I mean, it could make sense, but
I didn't want to be spread out.
right.
Makes it easier when you go to one place. If you're confident in that place,
Right.
a creative could really get busy, get in this. Let's do it. So
Right.
if you bring a hit, you figure. Listen, at the record labels, you bring a hit, they want the next one.
Yeah.
You bring a hit, they want another one. They always want the hit.
Yeah, so just
Then bring your
comfortable
whole
to already
crew.
be in-house. I get it.
So very early on, I sent Ian in there like a madman to say, hey, nigga, this is a hit. Let's bring the network. What does that network consist of? Let's start a podcast network now. Now. Not later. Now.
Shit, we had a list of podcasts that we wanted to start already at that time.
They were so corporate and arrogant. They said,
Which is what corporate people are.
They said, why don't you bring us an idea of what you're thinking? You know? They said that. I try to be ahead of the play. I call Ack. I say, Ack, I know you don't know shit about shit. Just trust me and listen. Me and you are going to start a podcast. Me and you. That's one podcast. Add it to my podcast. That's 2 podcasts. Add it to the audio of Everyday Struggle. It's 3 podcasts. And then I'm going to go maybe call Gilbert Arenas and get a podcast. And then that's 4 podcasts. And then we're going to kill. I won't get into the details of how I thought we were going to kill, but it was a kill.
Right.
He said no. He said, nah, no, won't do it. Not really thinking that. Fine. Fast forward 2 to 3 years later, he's doing a live podcast, him, Adam 22, in fucking Sony Hall or wherever that was, a quick one-off he did. Let me get a round of applause for Ack. Nobody listens to Joe. Nobody listens to fuck. I told Ack I was going to walk him to be a millionaire. He fucking didn't listen at all. Fine. Ian walks in there and pitches the network of 4 podcasts. The podcast I just named, maybe written on the paper somewhere. They laughed this nigga out the room.
Thank you.
For shout out to Complex.
Word.
For fucking it up.
But we were the hottest podcast then. Like, what I'm saying is it didn't take much. It didn't take much to see.
Right.
And still.
They didn't see.
Laughed him out of here. They laughed him out of here. I won't even get into the particulars of numbers. But for 4 podcasts, we weren't asking for very much to bring the entire operation to Complex. Creators, I'm back to not really having information. The only reason that didn't happen is because they laughed it out of there. That's important to note. I would have done it in a heartbeat. Like a fucking dodo.
Right.
Thank you, Complex. Fast forward. We leave Complex. I leave. Well, no, not we. I leave. I leave Complex. I am fired from Complex. Let go. Disgruntled employee. Easy picture to paint of Joe Budden. I'm familiar with that picture.
Yeah.
I thought, damn it, I blew it again. I fucking blew it. I joked it. I joked it. The people were with me. No, honestly, let me stop joking. Let me speed up this timeline. I leave there. We get a call from everybody in the universe, starting with Barstool. Right, Ian? Am I off?
That's correct. Barstool first.
No, we were talking to All Def first at some point. That fell through. Not because of us. We would have did it. Maybe, if it was right.
Correct.
Let down. Still unemployed. Retired rapper. Broke.
Podcasting for free.
For free. And y'all wasn't the greatest at that time. Oh, man. You guys have been rough along the journey. I'll tell you that.
Oh, we've been rough.
Yeah, you guys have been
Us,
really rough.
us, we've been rough. Gotcha.
Barstool called with a really, really, really nice offer that did include the podcast. It did. I mean, I don't know if I told you guys about this.
We spoke about it.
But it did. Fell through.
Thank you.
The other one that I won't name, we all wanted to do that deal.
That's a fact.
We all, boy, that one really almost, that was the divide almost. Oh, that was when you were acting funny. Ah, come on. Let me hear one.
We was acting funny?
Oh, yeah. Come on. Let me turn this up a little bit.
Yeah, we was just sick of your shit. That's all.
No, it wasn't acting funny.
Y'all was treating me bad.
No.
Yo, let me talk to the listeners out there. It was a point. There was a point during the podcast. I think y'all thought I was trying to keep us from the bag.
No, it wasn't that you was trying to keep us from
the 3 of us was just not on the same page. I think we skipped a week. If viewers can go back, that was because the 3 of us were screaming at each other in the face in the parking lot of the old spot. Like, there's been some rough times between us.
Creators, got to get by the creative differences.
True.
That's important. Especially when it's amongst friends.
No. Especially. Like, That's the biggest hurdle when you're dealing with your friends. Because
Yeah.
business and friends are a very hard thing to mess up. Because not only when you go in business with your friends, can you not only fuck up the business because of your friendship, you fuck up your friendship because of the business. So you guys can continue on and just ruin both, or just break off and be like, all right, let's just be friends.
Yeah.
It's a really thing you have to split and figure out how this is going to work.
That
Because at some point you're going to be in a parking lot screaming at each other in the face.
Oh, absolutely.
that deal only did not get done because of creative differences. Just a difference in approach and the way things should be done. I thought that podcasting should be like an everyday thing. I didn't think podcasting was something that should be staggered for a week after it's recorded. That's my own opinion and belief, and I was willing to stand by that.
Yeah, especially
for free.
especially for our podcast.
For free.
And the creative differences he's talking about is the certain people we were dealing with, not us. We all agreed that this needs to come out every single week and it can't be staggered. That's not how we operate. Other podcasts can do that. We can't do that. We have to be every single Wednesday. We need to be there. That's how we built this podcast. That's why it's consistent.
Well, it's consistent because we're consistent.
Yeah. That's how you build a fan base.
I was telling Ian that I wanted to assess the entire landscape and really get all of the information before there was ever any decisions made. I remember I was talking to Larry Jackson a little bit about Everyday Struggle. I was shopping Everyday Struggle everywhere. Like when I left, I was everywhere. Larry Jackson gave me a timid vibe. I left there. As a creative, a timid vibe scares me. I can't really get into. Yeah. I mean, I can't get. Funny how, and this is my own shit that I obsess over. Funny how so many things that you learn as a recovering addict or just a drug nigga in the streets are applicable when you get in this corporate game. It's the only way I'm able to sense the bullshit on some of the corporate guys. Like an addict could sense some shit.
I can relate.
Absolutely.
An addict is going to tell you when something is really wrong, and he's perfect at that shit.
Yeah.
Some of these instances that Ian and I walked into, it wasn't much to go off to say, whoa, alarm, everything's wrong here.
Right.
Abort. Do not sign. This will go left. Fast. One of them companies sent us a contract. They didn't even tell us how much we was gonna make. It was just a whole bunch of clauses. If you do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, you might get this bullshit. Like a lot of slaps in the face. You fucking right. Man, my fucking. So I'll let the cat out the bag. So the other week when I hit Nikki for the interview, I hit her because in my partnership, we thought it might be a good idea to hit her. And that's when she said no. Right? And I'm really bad at industry games.
Right.
So then when she doubled back with the tweeting of the text and hey, what did you think? I do your radio show, blah, 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 blah. That was a little weird. And I immediately hit the group chat to say to you guys, what? I don't think I should take it.
Yeah.
I'm not in the games. I don't know what's going on. It's feeling a little shaky out there.
And we don't want to be the moment podcast.
I never want to be the moment podcast.
And that's how I felt about the whole shit. I was like, yeah, it'll be cool, but that's not what we was built on. That's not why people like us. We're not the place that people go for those moments. We are who we are.
I guess I'm just most proud of the fact that we stood firm.
On the no.
We stood firm on our nose to everybody, and they all called.
And all looked at us kind of nuts sometimes.
Steve Stout, no. Shit, I told Puff no 2 times before I told him yes. Barstool, Sirius, no. All of them, no. No. We know what the value of this is, and we know what we're doing out there, and we're not sellouts, and we're not here for the money. It's not a money play. Let me get into the shit. Ian, is something I'm forgetting?
No, you're going along a good timeline right now. Keep going.
And I'm not even really getting into it because I'm gonna get into it at another time because I'm too busy celebrating to really give too much light to all the other factors and the people that played a part. But I would like to thank everybody. I would like to thank every single person that has played a part in this because we're backed.
Well, the listeners especially, because without them, we have no value.
Oh
to
yeah,
this.
listen, man. Hitting the road and doing these shows, I always tell y'all, when we alone, it's so humbling. Like, so to the listeners, to the viewers, to the supporters, we can't thank y'all enough, man. Like, this is incredible. It's incredible to watch. It's incredible to be a part of. And again, I sometimes I'm at a loss for words, but it's a real humbling thing for people to really grow with you and stick with you through a lot of ups and downs and still be there, support you. And
stick with us while you trying to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Stick with you while you have no idea what you're doing. You still trying to plan it your damn self.
Right.
Stick with you long enough for the plan to map out. Let me tell you, that was a fear I dealt with a lot. Damn, this podcast is killing. How do we kill for this amount of time until we are able to do what we got to do? Right. That shit is tough.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to figure out.
Yeah, how do we go into a deal with the peak?
Yeah. And we didn't want to miss our window. That was the important thing.
Well, that was the scariest part for me every time we had one of those opportunities.
Yeah.
I hope we're just not at a space where they liked us for this point.
Yeah. And now they're not fucking with us.
I had that fight with Ian a lot too. Like, damn, Ian, are we missing the ball by just not selling high?
No, that was our everyday fight. Was what the fuck are you doing with the podcast, Ian?
See, I think that's the part that's missed. I don't think Maul and Rory know how much you and I have fought over just a free piece of real estate for 3 years.
Yeah.
Every day.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to sit here and do this shit for free. Like you said, it costs money. It costs studio money. It costs Uber money. It costs pizza money and fucking chip money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can't believe
the heartbreaking part is that there were offers on the table.
Right.
Had there
That
been
was
no
always the
offers,
thing.
there's no fight. Because then it's, all right, keep working until you get somewhere.
And at no point have we ever been able to come on, or have we ever come on the air and sat and talked to niggas about offers. We've never done it.
No, ever.
We've always been so behind the scenes in how that happens.
Which you kept saying to us, like, "Oh, you're not just as excited as me," and because there's been so many offers and so many times where there was a high for this podcast, and then it didn't work out. I've just taught myself not to get excited. So I've kind of just been shit like, all right, this is cool. Until that shit pop up.
No,
no. I know it's done now, but until I see it, it's like, all right. I've gotten excited before. I've put my eggs all in one basket and then just been pissed.
For sure. I think we all have.
Yeah, that's probably my advice to people. Don't be excited. I know it sounds cynical. Just don't get excited. You might get let down. It might not work out. And that'll affect you moving forward. So just take it as an opportunity and keep it moving.
Oh, this is my shit right here. I'm not allowed to play this long. It's great. I'm sorry, Stevie. I'm sorry. Stevie, I'm sorry. I'm not used to this corporate backing thing. All right, so listen, let's get right to the shit. Starting in, when are we starting?
From the negotiation?
September 12th.
Oh, no, shit. I was about
September 12th.
Starting from this.
Yeah, I'm ready to get to the shits. I had enough of this sentimental bullshit. It's time to work. That's the mistake I made when I got a record deal. It's a mistake a lot of people made. To get a record deal and think that that's when it's time to party. No, bitch.
Yeah.
It's time to work.
Right.
The work starts now. I feel like the grimy, dusty nigga that's been standing outside the club for a long time. hitting the promoter. Yeah. Come on, I'm out here. It's raining.
Tapping your man saying, nah, he just texted me back.
Yeah. We only ever hear those stories from women, but the niggas be outside hitting the promoter sometimes.
Yeah, more men, for sure.
Way more men outside.
I don't do that ever since I got really cool with Rory. I walk right in. I walk right into whatever spot is popping out there.
And not the front. We going through the side entrance.
That's true, and that's not because of my Pump It Up card either.
No, it's not.
Maul.
You're right.
You don't really respect Pump It Up.
No,
like
you're right. You're my man. Go ahead.
Hey, before
How he's supposed to.
Don't do that, Rory.
No, I like the song, but like, how is he supposed to?
He's supposed to respect Pump It Up.
Right.
I respect Pump It Up. What you talking about?
Before we get into this announcement, because I'm about to make this announcement.
Listen, man, fuck all that, man. We here. We gonna be here for a while. Y'all better get used to it. We backed by major big homie.
Oh, yeah, you
Nice
bitch
little
ass
partnership.
niggas. And they're letting me do the what? Oh, yeah, wait. No, that's important. They're not trying to corporate me out.
Right. That's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
For now.
Oh, well, for now.
For now.
Off of that, let me add to that for now. All liability is on me.
Correct.
That's important. So, I mean, if something goes awry, it's probably my fault.
Sorry,
But
buddy.
people probably expect that anyway. I don't give a fuck. Starting September 12th, we will be up to 2 episodes a week.
Oh, yeah.
Starting September 12th, 2 episodes per week, dropping, I want to say, one Saturday. If I'm married to that, I think I am.
Saturday is sexy.
And niggas be beat on Saturday, man.
You laying in bed.
Yeah,
You ain't doing
yeah,
shit.
you're not trying to talk to your girl.
And the winter coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna be chilling.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
some yard work maybe if
Yeah.
you're somewhere where there's yards.
Where there's yards. If you live
I'll
around.
listen.
That's the white boy bag talking.
Nah, I
Yards?
got a
White boys
yard.
do
Oh, yeah,
yards.
gotta-
You don't do your yard.
No, hell no.
All right, then. So you don't know nothing
Your
about
people
a
are gonna be
yard work
listening.
on Saturday.
Yeah, tuned in.
On Thursdays, the landscapers come and hedge.
Hedge.
Get the fuck out of here.
They come in hedge.
They be mad at me when I want them to hedge some extra shit, too.
You know you live in a nice area when you use words like hedge.
Hedge.
Yo, fam, the walkway, mad trees and bushes. They like they can never understand what
Now
I'm
we
saying.
hedge uptown too. We just get a crackhead to do everything. Yo, spray the sidewalk, my G.
My
My
G.
G.
2 episodes a week starting September 12th, Wednesday and Saturday. Hit my gunshot. Audio exclusive. Damn, where's my fucking breaking news? I don't know if I can play the breaking news thing. Audio exclusive on Spotify only. Audio. Well, y'all heard me. Something else is real important in there.
Ian.
No, get out of here, Ian. Fuck out of here. You don't need to chime in so fucking soon.
gone.
Let me tell you some of the things that were important to me.
Can I pop the champagne yet?
Pop, nigga.
We said
hold
Spotify
up,
already.
man. Let me
What is
pop.
that? What is
Let me
that?
put
Asti
Ron
Tumanti?
Brow's name in
that's
the
Flipper.
fucking search engine here. Let me get this thing really jumping the way it's supposed to
Parks
go.
just popped a bottle of Asti Tumanti.
No, I speak to Monty's.
Martini and Rossi, Asti
We are
Tumanti.
Yo,
so
niggas
corny.
let Ron Browns get away with that Ether Boy shit in way too many records.
Yeah, Ether is super trash, by the way, but good.
Maul gonna make sure that gets in every
mentions
episode.
arguing that Ether was a fucking amazing classic
Ether
record.
is terrible.
Yo, Ron Browns wanted all us to know that he made Ether.
Yeah.
How he add that to his alias?
Yeah, Ether Boy.
He got changed.
Where's Ron Browns?
I think he was there on Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised
No, I'm serious.
if Ron Browns was there. Ron hit me, man.
He was there at one Palooza he was at with Webstar. They was all there.
You know,
On stage next to you.
I fuck with Ron. Listen, some of the things that were important to me, we needed to figure out how to not tax y'all.
That was the biggest part.
Like that straight to consumer thing, that was an option for a little while. Those were conversations we were having. We were talking about that straight to consumer thing. I wouldn't have been able to sleep right taxing the fans for it. So it's important to note Spotify is free. That was important to me. Spotify is free. What else is important?
You can subscribe if you don't want to hear the ads.
It was important to me to see you got to know where your value is in this new subscription model game, man.
Mine was, and even though I know our fans are extremely
Real toast.
loyal and I do love them,
This time we'll include you.
Come on, Maul.
it had to be an easy transition
Toast,
because
man.
sometimes if we did that
Yo, look
Hey,
at me.
website,
Vaughn,
Look me in my eyes
Erickson,
during the
Keith,
toast.
thank you guys, man.
Oh man, let me
Subtle
hit the
reminders
round
of Keeb.
Let me hit the
Appreciate
round
y'all.
of applause, man.
Appreciate y'all.
well, yeah, we wanted to make it a simple process because if we did the straight to consumer, sometimes you got to get weird apps and it just gets fucked up, and then people just don't even want to listen at that point. It just makes it a very difficult transition for
Yeah,
fans.
had it been a weird fucking third party,
That's what- yeah,
up
it-
and coming situation,
and sometimes that's not worth
That'd
it.
been
Even if
nasty.
maybe the money is more, it just fucks with your fans, and that's the last people you want to piss off.
right.
Yeah, I'm real happy that we lasted this long without diluting the content. Like we did it our way. We didn't take the ads.
And it still won't be.
We didn't sacrifice shit.
For what
Yeah,
it's worth.
we're still not, and we're still, yeah, man.
Let's
It's
keep
just,
it-
This is just great on so many different levels. I'm having some conversations now to see what we can do with this whole sleeper thing. Like, enough is enough.
To everyone that, called us a little podcast.
Toast.
Laughed at us for not taking a little money, little checks here and there. This one's for you, man. We appreciate you.
I still miss the little Cash App money.
Let's get a couple weeks.
My Cash App is from.
My Cash App is still valid.
My Cash App is still the same.
And they know it because they still hitting me requesting shit.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, I need 500 on the strength.
Oh, you get 500. I've gotten like some 2,500.
Yeah.
With like a sad story about their life.
Yeah, no.
I'm serious.
Oh, you're still getting those?
Yeah,
the sad stories about life?
I think because the white thing, they think maybe I'd fall for it.
Do you fall for it?
Yeah, white people fall for that shit.
Yeah, we do.
Do you fall for it?
No, hell no.
What else do we have to know? Twice a week, the sleeper shit we'll get into.
Did we say who we're
free.
We're down with?
We are with Spotify. We retain ownership. I only mention that to let niggas know that I'm still with the shit.
YouTube will still be the same, correct?
YouTube, we will still be releasing on YouTube 48 hours after our initial fucking Spotify release. So that's 2 times a week on YouTube for the video, twice a week on Spotify for the audio. And again, we're gonna lose this gig.
Most importantly,
the most important part of this won't last.
Good luck.
I say all of that to say we have arrived. We are here. Artists, y'all niggas with your little diss tracks, do it again. I'm wiping your whole discography off of Spotify.
We have the codes. We have the codes.
Yo, I'm working with different metrics now, my G.
Right, watch your mouth.
I'm not playing the bar games with y'all.
Watch your mouth.
Y'all will wake up and just have never existed.
Watch your mouth.
Fucking lie!
Watch your mouth.
So it's important.
Nobody wants to tell the truth.
Nah, that's the part.
let him go.
So it's
That's the
important that
frustration.
you niggas play nice. Listen, we're here to be friends.
All of us.
We're a very friendly outfit over here at the Joe Budden Podcast. Budden, how do we here?
Relax.
Let's keep it cute.
And watch your mouth.
Twice. Come on, Ian, talk some shit with us, man.
Well, guys,
This is gonna be.
Look at
great.
Ian with our next steps will be our best steps.
I'm not writing.
We have
email
lawyers
right
now, too.
No email. No email. This is gonna be fucking great, and you guys are incredible, and the whole journey has been amazing. Everything about what you guys do reminds me of a better version of the Howard Stern show, and I'm dedicated the way I'm sure everyone else is. So I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for all of us, and I know Spotify and us are going to take a really incredible journey. So let's do it.
And that's important that we thank Spotify, man, because this is they're stepping out and taking a chance on something that they obviously believe in. So we got a special thank you to the people at Spotify because
they see the vision.
that's important.
Oh no!
And,
wait a minute. Hey,
and by the way,
let me tell you niggas out there. Spotify ain't playing.
They left a very nice food spread at our photo shoot.
Oh, we got cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
They had
healthy.
craft beers.
Salad.
Some wine.
It was a salad
Wine,
there.
yeah.
Fruit.
It was
water.
We were
Chocolate-covered almonds.
rather pampered at Spotify during our photo
I
shoot.
felt good. I felt like I made Pump It Up that day.
That day.
That day you came right out the booth. Yo, it's the one.
No, I do want to thank Spotify. I do want to thank Spotify because listen, it's tough. It's tough. Listen, we've been in a lot of these pitch meetings. Creators know how it is. But when you get somebody who you think might get it a little bit, or who's at least willing to support your crazy fucking lunacy, I appreciate that. I appreciate.
Don't tell them too much about you.
I appreciate everyone who has been there to support me throughout my lunacy. So let's keep that date. Keep that date in order, September 12th. September 12th, that is however many weeks away, but that is when we will be on Spotify exclusively. And the back catalog is there now. So if you missed out on any of the older podcasts, you can go there. You can check them out. It is there with a real nice picture of Rory and myself and Maul. It's awesome. And that's all I got, man. This is fucking great. I'm with the shits.
I'm with the shits.
You've been with the shits.
Same.
We're all with the shits.